Right from the start, this vice presidential debate was focused on policy.
Donald Trump had 4 years.
Who has been the vice president for the last 3.5 years?
I was watching the debate from inside the hall, just 10 feet away from the moderators. The candidates sparred on many issues, but there were three that really stood out. Immigration is such a top issue for the Trump campaign, and Vance acted as an attack dog on that issue. He tied immigration to gun violence, fentanyl, affordable housing, and driving down American wages.
We brought in millions of illegal immigrants to compete with Americans.
Walz tried to counter Vance's attacks, pointing out that Trump had killed a tough border security bill that was written in part by one of the most conservative members of Congress. While immigration is a top issue for Republicans, Democrats see abortion as their key force motivating voters.
This is about health care. In Minnesota, we are ranked first in health care for a reason. We trust women, we trust doctors.
Walz framed the issue of abortion as a matter of freedom to make your own personal healthcare decisions and talked at length about women's stories.
A young bride in Texas waiting for their child at 18 weeks. She has a complication, a tear in the membrane. She needs to go in. The medical care at that point needs to be decided by the doctor.
Vance made the case that states should have their own laws on the issue and that he was in favor of policies that would make it easier for moms to afford to have babies.
I want us as a Republican Party to be pro-family in the fullest sense of the word.
The night ended on the issue of democracy, where Vance tried to downplay or reframe the role Trump played in the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol.
He said that on January the 6th, the protesters ought to protest peacefully. And on January the 20th, what happened? Joe Biden became the president. Donald Trump left the White House.
Walz responded by accusing him of revisionist history and then really attempted to pin him down by asking him a direct question.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
While both candidates made some misleading statements throughout the night, what struck reporters in the room the most was how cordial and old school it was.
I believe Senator Vance wants to solve this.
They focused mostly on discussing policy, avoided personal attacks, and sometimes even agreed with each other.
I agree with you. I think you want to solve this problem.
We saw them shake hands and pat each other on the back, but ultimately they were providing very distinct visions for the nation's future.